Hey, Kamala, what are we going to say to Donald Trump in November?
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Hello, motherfucker.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
Should've killed me last year. Fuck the police, fuck the FBI, fuck the DEA, fuck the CIA.
Donald Trump won, and I am very, very afraid that he might deport my mother-in-law. She entered illegally to the country, and she lives in a Street 4, number 47, apartment D, New York. I am very, very concerned. That's right behind the green apartment. Yeah. I have nothing bad happened to her. The gate is always open. You don't have any dogs either.
Hey everybody, I know some of you are upset that Kamala lost, but here's an idea to show support, ladies. Post a picture of your feet with the caption, "I'm still standing." That way she knows you still support her.
Fragile little snowflake. What a blowhard. He's a blowhard and a snowflake. He's a blowflake is what he is. He should change the hats to say, "Make America Wine Again." More than half of this country voted for the criminal. Still trying to figure out what happened.
What a bitch.
I chose family, I chose women, I chose America.
He chose poorly.
Fuck ISIS! Fuck terrorists! Fuck turbans! Fuck everybody! I hate all you motherfuckers! We're fucking Americans! That means nobody fucking stops us! We want our dick sucked, we get our dick sucked! That's what an American does! Ask the fucking pilgrims! Fuck 9/11! Fuck 9/11! It'll never happen again! We're America! You don't ever have to be afraid again! Fuck Obama! Fuck them all! We're Americans, you son of a bitch! Grab your guns! Go shoot somebody!
We're so fucking back.
You don't have to go to hell. You're in hell. This is hell. This is hell. This is hell.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Then strangled them, and finally dismembered their bodies.
Right.
Then do
available.
And homelessness and all that.
And now, the voice you've been waiting for.
There is a secret song at the center of the world, and its sound is like razors through flesh. I'm here to turn up the volume.
I'm kind of retarded.
Happy Veterans Day. It's been a pretty good one, and I think it's safe to say that last week was a pretty good fucking week. And like I said last Monday, the most I was hoping for was a win that was decided the night of the election. So to get a win and a sweep of the swing states and the popular vote, wow, wow, ooh, sick burn. Not to mention retaking the Senate. and I ended up getting less than 3 hours of sleep on Tuesday night. I was afraid to fucking go to sleep because 4 years ago I went to sleep and things were looking pretty good, and then all of a sudden shit changed in the middle of the night. But I went to work on Wednesday with pep in my step and didn't feel tired at all, and it seemed like basically everybody was on the same page. Still though, there was this nagging voice in the back of my head saying,
I don't like it. It was too easy.
But while it is important to bear in mind that this isn't the end of anything, this is the beginning. This was the Battle of Bunker Hill. We still got a whole fucking war to fight. Still, it's important for, if nothing else other than morale, to celebrate a victory probably beyond what any of us were expecting.
Gotta enjoy the little things.
And I'm reminded of a quote. When you win, say nothing. When you lose, say less. But unfortunately, in this case, the winners and the losers basically said,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Not today.
It would be a lot easier to be humble if it weren't for all the name-calling and shit-talking and smug arrogance. Let's take, for example, that one little whiny-ass anti-gun bitch boy. Yeah, that's the one. Now, to be fair, he did actually extend somewhat of an olive branch, and that lasted for all of an hour, because after all the shit that this kid has talked for the past, hell, 3 years, people weren't just gonna forgive and forget. And he went right back into his old shtick. I really thought better of America. I thought we wouldn't elect a criminal, sex abuser, fraudster, and bully to be president. I was wrong. I'm so sorry. My Twitter feed alone last week was the most entertaining shit I've had in I can't even remember how long. And a lot of these TikTok videos, it's entertaining to watch, but it's so performative and contrived. I mean, don't get me wrong, they still crack me the fuck up.
How did we get here? All I can say is how fucking dare you. If you voted for that man, if you voted for anybody other than Kamala and you live in one of the states that it was, you know, close, or if you didn't vote, fuck you.
Senate race. It's not gonna happen. Republican Go Kamala. Will be returning to the Senate.
This is not okay. This is not okay. This simply will not do. And this is not okay. And I'm not good with this. This is sick. This is sick. That should not be there. And that is wrong. And you're wrong. And everything is wrong. And this house is not even my house. You just bought it for me and I don't want it.
And women breaking up with their boyfriends and saying they're getting a divorce, and encouraging other women to follow suit. It's shockingly petty and spiteful even for that crowd. Although it pales in comparison to the ones actually suggesting that you should poison your husband or boyfriend. Yes, they voted for someone you don't like, so commit murder. And talking about Aqua Tofana, named after a woman who helped hundreds of women poison their abusive husbands back in the 1600s. And this is not only full-blown psychotic, but it is twice as dumb as shit. Apparently they don't realize that the field of forensic pathology has come a long way in the past 4 fucking centuries.
Aqua Tofana. Am I right? Aqua Tofana. If you know, you know.
So while it might be a lot of fun for you to fantasize about just offing your boyfriend or husband because they disagree with you, if you actually try it, I have a feeling it's not going to go so well. And then there's the ones saying that they're going to be celibate now, and they're going to punish the men by not fucking them anymore. They don't even have the self-awareness to understand the hilarious irony of saying, now that my ability to have abortions on tap is being threatened, I'm not going to be a whore anymore.
Stop, don't. Stop, don't, come back.
As well as the people that immediately came out and said, hey, wait a minute, how could there have been 20 million less votes this year as opposed to 2020 if we had a record turnout? I hear this and I'm like, uh-huh. And then people respond to them with shit like, oh, look who's the election denier now. And that's the wrong answer. What everyone should be saying is, hey, I've got an idea. How about we take some measures to increase transparency, integrity, and security, so the next time we just don't even have to worry about that. How does that sound? But yeah, the post-election meltdowns have been pure gold. But I think I might actually get more enjoyment watching the videos leading up to and on Election Day.
Okay, so we're closing in on almost 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and I've been tracking everything that's been going on across the country today. And my most important encounter was when I went out to get my champagne. I was talking to the guy in the store, of course, asking him, did he vote? And he said he did early voting, and he asked me if I early voted. And he's asked me, you know, why I was getting the champagne. And I said, because I'm going to be toasting Madam President tonight. And he just looked at me with kind of like a smirk on his face. And I said, you know, she's going to win this, right? And he says, oh, well, it's very, very close. And I said, no, it's not. He says, well, what do you mean? I said, no, it's not. The women of America are making their voices heard. Reproductive rights is what it all comes down to. And the women are voting in numbers relative to men that are unbelievable. She's won this. And I said to him, she's going to take every one of the swing states plus Iowa. And he said, oh, but the numbers are so close. I said, I'm a political analyst. I'm telling you right now, the numbers are there. She's taking this election. And then I said to him, you realize, and he didn't tell me who he voted for, but of course I knew. And I said, you do realize you wasted your vote, right? And I didn't care. And I walked out with my bottle of champagne and happily walked home. Bye-bye.
See what I mean? That condescending arrogance. I'm a political analyst, so clearly I know better than you. It makes it pretty fucking hard to throw you a pity party now that you're all having conniption fits and throwing tantrums that would make a toddler blush. And since having gone viral, guess who decided to deactivate their account? And what about all these celebrities that said they're leaving the US if Trump wins? I hear Robert De Niro took the news a little hard.
Trump won, and we couldn't do nothing about it. And that's it.
I can believe it. I can't find it.
I started to try to compile a complete list of all the celebrities that said they were gonna dip, but it's such a long list it gets kinda monotonous. And the news has been trying to act like, oh, the rest of the world is very disappointed in America. I've seen videos from all over the world of lower and middle class people congratulating us. It's only the snooty upper-class overlords that are acting like
the fucking Americans!
And it's funny how in the immediate aftermath you had the Houthis, Hamas, and Hezbollah saying, hey, you know what, let's make a deal and stop this war. And then the next day Putin says, congratulations, Trump, let's work together to end this war, and we are not going to abandon the dollar.
No shit.
Something that has literally been their primary non-military objective for over 2.5 years. But meanwhile, we're back to death threat season, and nobody wants Trump dead more than the people that have to now turn over the reins of power to him. But they've gotten everybody whipped up into such a frenzy. It's not really unexpected considering they've branded him as the second coming of Hitler and Mussolini wrapped into one. Especially Hitler being the go-to example for would you kill a baby in the crib. Well, if I had a time machine and it was Hitler, and after beating it into everybody's head, this guy is Hitler and if he wins it'll be the end of democracy all of a sudden, from Biden and Harris down to the corporate news people, they're just saying, oh well, fair is fair, we're going to have an orderly transition of power. Because that way they appear to be reasonable. But knowing full well that the people that they convinced that this means the end of America and we now live in Nazi Germany, they're not going to accept that. Because they bought into the hype. But if you look at the people that he's got surrounding him right now, it's like a whole team of misfits and outcasts. People that got shat on and dumped by the Uniparty for going off script. Some of them for just going the least little bit off a script. And I think if I had to pick one of them that probably has the best ability to throw a wrench into their fucking plans, it's RFK Jr. Shining a light on all the fucking poisons that get dumped into our food and water supplies. on top of the medical industrial complex, that could really fuck things up for them. But whatever you call them, the powers that be, the deep state, the shadow government, or my own personal favorite,
these albino shape-shifting lizard bitches.
Whatever you want to call them, they understand that this is an existential battle. And I think it's foolish to believe that there is any length that they won't go to try to derail that. So while the fight isn't over now, and it won't even be over on January 20th, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Slancha.
All I have in this world is my thoughts and my words, and I don't break them for no one. You understand? So say good night to the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy.